right. Fine. So we're going to go ahead and start in child's pose, please. Just coming down onto your belly, letting your heels come, your hips come back to your heels. Knees as wide as feels good today. So the wider, the better here. So we can initiate a little bit of a heart opening. And forehead to the ground. And if that doesn't feel good today, go ahead and bring your forehead to a block or a blanket. Maybe walk your hands out in front of you, just initiating a little bit of a stretch along your spine, along the sides of your torso, until you feel like you can come to a place of stillness. Let your arms relax. The elbows could be bent here. You could even turn your palms up to the sky. That might feel kind of nice for you today. Let your head get heavy. Maybe rock your head from side to side a couple of times, massaging your forehead, especially if you know that's a spot that you carry tension or stress. Allow your jaw to open just a little bit so you're not clenching it. And then let your chest begin to melt down towards the ground. Let your belly be soft. And then slowly start to breathe in and out through your nose. And then invite in your ujjayi or your samavriti breath. And if you would like to set an intention for this day, for this Labor Day holiday, bring your hands to prayer. You can either keep them extended over your head, or you could bend your elbows, allowing the heels of your hands to come to the back of your head, and just take the next couple moments to send your wish out to the universe. We'll feel those intentions with a breath in and a breath out. Take another inhale here. Go ahead and extend your arms if you bent your elbows, and walk your hands over to the right edge of your mat, really stretching your left arm forward, rooting your left hip down. Take another inhale here, and as you exhale, you're going to kind of roll that left shoulder, that left armpit a little bit closer to the ground. Just noticing how that changes the stretch for you. If it doesn't feel good, come out of it. If it feels nice, stay. Inhale, walk your hands back to center, and then exhale, walk them over to your left. This time, rooting your right hip and reaching your right arm. Again, take an inhale, and as you exhale, roll that right armpit down towards the mat. Inhale breath, walk your hands back to center. Stay here for one full round of breath. And then we'll come on up to tabletop. Stacking shoulders over wrist and hips over knees. Let's start to move through cat-cow. Inhale, belly drops down, heart reaches forward, look forward. As you exhale, you'll round your spine, really press the mat away. Inhale, belly drops, heart forward, look forward, and exhale, round. Keep moving at the pace of your breath. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round. Really press the ground away and round through your upper spine. So 2 more rounds. Come back to a neutral spine and then take your hands and walk them about one hand's length further forward. So your shoulders are no longer stacked over your wrists. They're kind of behind your wrists. We'll take some big hip circles here. So inhale, come over to the right, come forward to your right wrist, come to center towards your left wrist, and then circle back almost as if you're coming to child's pose. Again, to the right, big circle. And then switch directions, 3 in the other direction. And then come back to center, walk your hands back to where they normally are. Your toes under, lift your hips, downward dog. Take any movement here that feels good. So pedaling out your legs, bending one knee deep and then the other. You could bring your feet to mat distance if that feels good. If you brought your feet wide, walk them back to where they normally are. And then everyone come up high onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees really, really deep. Think belly towards thigh, and then send your tailbone towards the sky. Find all that length in your spine. We're gonna hold here for a breath or two. See if you can keep your sit bones pointing straight to the sky as you start to straighten your legs, letting your heels get heavy. Now, if you feel your tailbone kind of rolling down, keep your knees bent. On your inhale, come forward into plank. And exhale, slow lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift your heart. Exhale, lower down. Tabletop, come back up. Inhale, reach your right leg out behind you, flex your foot, toes straight down to the ground. Left arm comes up, turn your palm to the left, or to the right, thumb up. Take an inhale here, Exhale, elbow to knee, round as you curl in. Inhale for length. Exhale to round. 3 more. Inhale, get really long. Exhale, crunch in and round through your spine like your cat pose. Inhale for length. Exhale to round. 1 more. Inhale for length. Exhale to round. Inhale, stretch everything back out. Lower your left hand to the ground and then sweep your right leg out to the side, but keep it lifted. Now notice if you kind of shifted all your weight over to your left. That's really a natural thing to do. See if you can bring equal weight back into your right hand. Your leg does not have to be lifted very high. 1 more breath. Good, lower your foot down to the side of you and then walk your hands back in towards your left knee and come upright. Make sure your right leg is straight out to the side. Right hand rests anywhere on that leg. Reach your left arm up and over for a big side body stretch. Maybe you look underneath your left arm. Inhale, come up. Left hand's gonna come all the way down to the ground. Right arm will reach up and over. Now really firmly press through the outer edge of your right foot. Modified side plank. Inhale, come back up. Bring your hands back to the mat and walk them out to where they normally are. Sweep your right leg behind you, keep it lifted. Tuck your left toes under, left knee lifts. 3-legged down dog, press back through your right heel. Lower your right foot down to the ground, regular old down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to your belly, elbows bend straight back. Inhale, cobra, lift your heart. Exhale, lower down, tabletop, come back up. Inhale, lift your left leg out behind you, flex your foot so that leg is active. Reach your right arm out in front of you, palm to the left, thumb up. Take another inhale here. Exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee round through your spine. Inhale for length. Exhale to crunch. 3 more. Last round. Inhale for length. Lower your right hand down. Now sweep your left leg out to the side. Notice if you sent all your weight to the right. See if you can bring it back to center. Really activate your left leg. That'll make it a little easier to keep it lifted. We have a couple more breaths. And then let that foot come down to your side. Walk your hands back towards your right knee and come upright. Left leg straight out to your left. Rest your left hand wherever it feels good. Right arm reaches up and over. Maybe you gaze under your right bicep. Inhale, come up. We'll go over to the other side. So left hand to the ground. I'm sorry, right hand to the ground. Left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, come back up. Walk your hands down, back to where they normally are for down dog. Sweep your left leg out behind you. It's lifted. Power your right leg up. Tuck your toes under, lift your knee. Down dog split. Left leg sweeps up in the air. Press back through that heel. Lower your left foot to the ground. Inhale to plank. Exhale to your belly. Last cobra. Inhale, heart lifts. We'll hold here for 5. So press your pubis bone, tops of your feet into the ground. Really strong legs here. Good, heart forward, hands down, drag them back towards your waist. Send your heart even further forward. And then exhale, lower down, child's pose, just a breath, hips to heels, forehead to the mat. And then we'll make our way back to downward dog. Inhale, look between your hands, and as slowly as you can, tiptoe or step to the top of the mat. Find your ragdoll. When you get there, you could bend your knees, grab opposite elbows. You could sway side to side. Release your elbows and interlace your hands. Bring them to the back of your head, and then let your elbows fall in towards each other. Now you're not pulling down on your head. It's just the extra weight of your hands on your head that's helping and assisting in the opening here. No pulling, no pushing. Just gravity and your breath. Let your fingertips slowly float to the ground and roll all the way up to standing. All right, inhale, circle your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart, find your flat back, and exhale to fold back in. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, rise up, palms touch, hands meet at your heart. Again, inhale, circle your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, rise up, palms touch, hands to your heart center. Couple rounds of Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, circle your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, step to plank and move to chaturanga, or you can come to your belly, you guys know that. Inhale through your cobra or up dog. And then exhale back into your downward dog for 5 breaths. One more breath. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway, heart lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, rise up, palms touch. Fold right back in for round number 2. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, plank to your chaturanga. Elbows bend straight back. Inhale, heart forward. See if you can drag your heels back. Exhale, downward dog. 5 more breaths. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, step to the very top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway, lift your heart. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, rise up, palms touch. One last round, fold in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward, up dog. Exhale back, downward dog, and you have 5 more breaths here. You're welcome to child's pose and extra vinyasa. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, make your way to the very top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms wide, rise up, palms touch, hands to your heart. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, circle your arms out and up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, pick your left foot up, step it to the back of the mat, but keep your knee lifted to start. Inhale, reach your heart forward here, really bend your right knee. It can come in front of your ankle in this shape. Hips get heavy. On your next exhale breath, straighten your front leg a little or a lot as you fold. Rebend your right knee, left knee to the ground, low lunge, circle your arms up to the sky. Roll your pinkies in, shoulders lower away from your ears, knit your ribs in and breathe. Interlace your hands behind you. Start to reach your knuckles back towards your left heel. Roll your shoulder heads back, lift your heart. Good, release that bind. Bring your hands to the ground, pick your left knee up, turn towards your left. Feet parallel to each other. Inhale, come up halfway, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in. You choose whether this is active this round or passive. If you're choosing passive, you could ragdoll it. If it's active, maybe hands to the ground or to blocks. Head hangs heavy, legs trying to squeeze in towards each other. And then come up just a little bit, turn back towards the very front of your mat. One hand on either side of your right foot. Down dog split, sweep your right leg up and back. Press through that heel. All right, we're gonna flow through vinyasa, your choice to keep your leg lifted or to lower it down. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, lower your foot down. If you have it lifted, downward dog, lift your hips. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, step to the very top of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway, lift your heart. Exhale to fold. Right foot steps to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge, bend your right knee deep, let your heart reach forward. Keep pressing through your right heel. Your right leg is working towards straight. And then on your next exhale, your left leg joins it in going straight. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, your version of straight. Heart forward, trying to not round. Draw your left hip back in space. Bend your left knee, right knee comes to the ground. Low lunge, circle your arms up to the sky. Hands behind you, interlace them with the opposite thumb on top. Lift your knuckles, reach them back towards your right heel. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart. Release the bind, bring your hands down to the ground, lift your knee up and turn towards the right, feet parallel to each other once again. Inhale, find your flat back, and exhale, fold back in. Come up just a little bit, turn back towards the very top of your mat. Down dog split, left leg sweeps up and back. Press through that heel, take a couple breaths here. Choice to keep it lifted as you flow through your vinyasa or lower it to the ground. Inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, lower your foot if it's lifted. Down dog, take a couple breaths here. All right, inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. Right foot steps between your hands. Easy twist, left hand down, right arm reaches out and up. Lower your hand back down to the ground, crescent lunge, rise up. Press through that front heel, pull that strength up. Arms out wide like wings, airplane pose. Lean forward halfway, really draw your belly in off your thigh, and then shift your weight to your right leg, left leg lifts. Roll that left hip down, flex your back foot. Come up to standing, we're moving into eagle pose. So you're gonna cross your left knee over your right and your left elbow under your right. Send those forearms away from you, sink your hips down, breathe. All right, yogis, unwind your arms, bring them wide. Unwind your legs, left knee to chest. Warrior 3, just as a transition. Hands to the ground, standing split, fold it. Big bend in your right knee, left foot to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. All right, reach your right arm forward here. Gaze is still down at the ground, fingertips active. We're gonna start to take some big circles here. As we circle back, we'll straighten our leg. So inhale, arm forward, start to circle it up towards the sky. Exhale, back, start to straighten your leg as you fold. Inhale, arm forward, re-bend your knee. Exhale, arm rotates back, straighten your front leg and fold. One more. Rebend your front knee, hand to the ground, step back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale back to your downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. All right, guys, second side. Inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, come on up. Arms out wide, lean forward halfway. Start to shift your weight into your front leg. And then gently, gently let that flat back leg get really light and let it float up. Lift your heart a little bit. Come up to standing into eagle pose. Right knee crosses on top of your left. Right elbow under your left. Interlace your hands. Send your arms away. Sink your hips down into the full extent of your pose. Unwind your arms, bring them wide like a T. Unwind your legs, right knee to chest. Warrior 3, send it back, just a breath as a transition. And then standing split, hands to the ground, right leg as high as you can go. Keep drawing your left hip in. It may want to sway out to the left. Hug it back in, keep that joint safe. Big bend in your left knee, your right foot lands at the back of the mat. We're back in runner's lunge, left knee bends deeply. Reach your left fingertips forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to circle them up towards the sky. As you draw them back, your left leg straightens and you fold. Inhale, rebend your knee, arm forward. Exhale, straighten and fold. One more, really reach forward, up towards the sky. Straighten your leg as it circles back and you fold. Rebend your front knee. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step back to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. And a few more breaths here. Walk your hands to the very back of the mat. Walk your feet out to mat distance and come down into your squat. Knees and toes turn out the same degree, about 45 degrees. Hands to your heart, elbows to the inside of your knee. Hands to the ground, hips to the sky, toe heel your feet back into hip distance. Walk your way back out to your downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Crescent lunge, come on up. And we're gonna flow a little bit here. So inhale, fingers high, front knee bends. Exhale, front leg straightens, arms reach back behind you. Inhale, rebend, arms circle up. Exhale, straighten your leg, arms reach back. 3 more. Inhale, bend deep, arms up. Exhale, straighten, arms back. 2 more. Last one. Inhale, rebend, arms reach high. Exhale, open out into your warrior 2, and we'll pause here. So come back to your breath. And again, we're gonna flow here. Inhale, reach your arms up, front leg straightens. Exhale, back into your warrior 2, just 2 more times. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, rebend and sink. Last one. Good, come back to warrior 2. Reverse, flip your front palm up, reach up and back. Inhale, come upright. Side angle, forearm to thigh, hand to the inside of your foot. Left arm reaching up over your head, and maybe you look underneath that bicep again. Roll that right shoulder back. Sorry, left shoulder back. Inhale, back up to your warrior 2. Straighten your right leg, feet parallel to each other. Hands behind you, take an inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Send those knuckles as far away from you as they will go, and breathe. Fingertips, release them to the ground. Turn your right toes out 45 degrees. Come into your side lunge. Bend your right knee deep. You can choose to keep your left foot down or turn it up towards the sky. We'll take a few breaths here and we'll add a twist. If you don't want the twist, you'll just stay just as you are. All right, moving into the twist, right hand to the ground. Press your right arm into your right knee so you have some leverage here. Sweep your left arm out and up. Lower your hand down. We're gonna switch sides. So left toes turn out 45 degrees. You decide what to do with that right foot. Maybe you turn it up towards the sky. Give yourself a few breaths to settle in before you decide whether you want to take the twist or not. All right, moving in the twist. If you want it, left hand down. My arm is pressing into my leg. Sweep your right arm up. Lower your hand back down. Come to center here just for a breath or 2. And then you'll turn back towards the very top of your mat. Move through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Take an inhale, big inhale, big exhale, letting it go. We have one more side. All right, inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Crescent lunge, rise up. Last crescent lunge. And again, we flow. Stay here for the inhale. Exhale, straighten your front legs. Sweep your arms behind you. Inhale, rebend your knee, arms up. Exhale, straighten arms back. 3 more. 2 more. Last round. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, arms up. Take a great big inhale here. Exhale, warrior 2. Settle in. Again, we flow. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Arms reach high. Exhale, bend back in. 2 more. Inhale, straighten, reach high. Exhale, rebend. Last round. And rebend. Reverse with your front palm up. Reach up and back. Come on up, side angle your way. Right arm over your head. Breathe. Inhale, slowly rise back up, warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, turn towards your right. This time, turn your knees and toes out 45 degrees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Come into your goddess squat. Now I want you to take your hands, the back of your hands, and press them anywhere on the inner thigh, so anywhere they reach. And you're gonna really push your hands into your thighs. Your thighs are gonna resist back as you sink a little lower. Hopefully you're feeling this turn on the whole outside of your leg and your booty. Two more breaths, maybe sink your hips a little lower. One final breath. Good, straighten your legs, turn your feet parallel, hands to your hips, and a really easy, really gentle forward fold here. Maybe even ragdoll it, grab opposite elbows, and just sway from side to side. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Turn back towards the front of your mat. Step back to your plank. Last chaturanga. Bend your elbows back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale back to your downward dog. You're welcome to take a child's pose here. Couple more breaths. All right, yogis, if you're in child's pose, come up to your knees. If you're in down dog, go ahead and lower your knees to the ground. We're gonna set up for camel pose. We're gonna take 2 rounds today. So knees, hip distance, come on upright. If you like a block between your thighs, go ahead and do that. Hands to your low back, any shape that feels good to you. I want you to be able to squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. So use your hands as a tool to do that the easiest way you can. Hips stay over knees. Everything is one solid piece. Inhale, start to lift your heart. Maybe your hands come to your ankles. It's not necessary. Just keep lifting your heart up, 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 and hips forward. Inhale, come back up. Sit back on your heels. Reach your arms out wide. Fingertips just hover off the ground. Lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then chin towards chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And then lift your head back up. One more round. Come back up onto your knees. Hands to your low back. Again, any way that works for you. Start to lift your heart. Move slow. Remember, these shapes don't have to be big. Small shapes are just as impactful. Try to relax your head, relax your neck. Come on up, sit back on your heels again. Bring your hands, interlace them and bring them to the very back of your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, let your chin fall to your chest and your elbows fall in towards each other. Lift your head back up, release your hands, and we're gonna come down to seated, legs extend out in front of you. Flex your feet, inhale, reach your arms high. I want you to find a lot of length in your spine. So it's not just pulling your arm out of your shoulder to find the length. It's lifting up from your pelvis. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge at your hips as you fold and breathe. And then gently come on up. Bring your arms out in front of you, and as slow as you can, you're gonna lower all the way down onto your back. And then once you come down onto your back, hug your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your shins and gently rock from side to side. Let's find a happy baby here. Send the soles of your feet to the sky, reach your hands for your outer part of your foot, draw your thighs down. Now kick your feet back into your hands. If your hands are pulling down, you're using your strong arms, your feet are resisting. Hopefully that will send your tailbone towards the top of the mat and you'll feel your low back on the mat. All right, go ahead and release that. You can let your knees come back to your chest. And then we're gonna finish with a twist. So your favorite version of a twist, I'm gonna cue the one-legged twist here. If you want that one, you'll just listen to my words. Otherwise, do your own thing. You're going to hug your left knee into your chest and straighten your right leg. And then using your right hand, you'll draw your left knee over to the right. Good. Go ahead and release. Come back to center. Switch anything that you need to switch. So you'll straighten your left leg, right knee will hug in, and then you'll use your left hand to draw that over to the other side. Come back to center and find Shavasana. In honor of Labor Day, which is supposed to be a day of rest, we're going to take a little bit longer Shavasana. So do whatever you need to do to make yourself really comfortable. You know, a bolster or blocks under your knees, legs up the wall would be really lovely. And close your eyes. Let go of your breath. Right, so no more Samafriti, no more Ujjayi. Softly, your breath will come back to its natural rhythm. And it won't require any effort of you at all. Maybe you wiggle your toes just a little bit. Rock your ankles from side to side, and then let them just fall in any direction that feels good. Relax your thighs, your hips. Soften your belly, especially if you're one who tends to hold it in. Wiggle your fingers, maybe circle your wrists a little bit, and then let those in your hands turn palm up in a gesture of receiving. Your arms relax. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe you tuck those shoulder blades underneath you and allow your chest to find just a little bit of space. Rock your head from side to side here if you have any last bit of tension in your neck. And then once again, open your jaw just a little bit. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Let your eyelids get heavy. And see if you can soften your eyes. And finally, bring your attention to that spot right between your eyebrows and invite that to soften. And then just allow your body to move into rest. No more work. No more problems to be solved, to-dos to be checked off. Maybe bringing a sense of gratitude to your practice. Thanking your body for allowing it to move in all of these magnificent shapes. Grateful for how flexible it is, even if you don't think it is, and how strong it is. For your heart that beats and your lungs that breathe. All the other magnificent things that your body does that you don't even think about. Very slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body. You may notice that just bringing your attention back deepens your breath. And invite in any movement that feels good. You take a stretch, wiggle things out. And then hug your knees to your chest and roll over onto your favorite side. Using your top hand, help yourself up to seated. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and up, and exhale, let your hands come to your heart, bow your head, honoring your body, your breath, this practice, and each other. Thank you so much for spending your holiday morning with me. Namaste.